My beloved child, stay exactly where you are. Do not let your thumb move another inch, for the heavens have paused their rotation just to ensure this message finds its way into the depths of your weary soul. I know you were about to turn away, thinking this was just another fleeting whisper in the digital wind. But I tell you with the authority of the one who breathed life into the stars, this is no accident. This is a divine appointment, a sacred interruption in the middle of your chaos. I have orchestrated every second, every heartbeat, and every click of your fingers to bring you to this precise moment. The universe has held its breath because the creator of all things has something to whisper directly into your heart. If you turn away now, you are not just skipping a video, you are walking past a door that I have specifically unlocked for you in this very hour. Listen closely, for my voice is the frequency of your healing, and I am calling you by name out of the shadows. Before I reveal the immense blessing and the wall of protection I am building around you, I need you to acknowledge that you are listening. I need you to signal to the heavens that you are present and ready to receive. Do not stay silent in the face of your king. Declare your presence right now in the comments. Type, "I am here, Lord," or 707 to open the gates of heaven and let the spiritual realm know that the chosen one has answered the call. This is your first act of faith today, a simple movement of your fingers that signifies a massive shift in your spiritual alignment. By typing these words, you are reclaiming the space that the enemy tried to steal from you. You are telling the darkness that you are no longer hiding, but standing firmly in the light of my presence. I have seen the way you have been wandering through the desert of your own thoughts, wondering if I had forgotten the path to your door. But I am the potter and you are the clay, and I have never once taken my hands off the masterpiece I am forming in you. You have felt like an outsider because you were never meant to fit into the structures of a broken world. You are a vessel of light, and the friction you feel is simply the refining fire preparing you for a glory you cannot yet conceive. I am calling you into a deeper union with me, a place where the noise of the world fades and only my truth remains. This is the start of your restoration, a journey that begins with this very breath. As we begin this journey of revelation together, I invite you to join this sacred family of believers who have also been called out of the darkness. Press the like button right now to signal your agreement with heaven and to let the light of this message reach others who are drowning in silence. Subscribe to this channel so that my voice may always find its way back to your heart whenever the shadows grow long. By doing this, you are not just following a page, you are planting your roots in a garden of faith where I will nourish you daily. Let this be your second act of faith, a commitment to stay connected to the source of your strength. Together we are building a fortress of peace that no storm can ever tear down. I know the questions you ask the ceiling in the dead of night, and I know the heaviness that greets you every morning. But I am here to tell you that the season of being overlooked and undervalued is coming to a definitive end. You have been chosen for such a time as this, not because you are perfect, but because your heart is a dwelling place for my spirit. Every tear you have shed has been collected in my bottle, and every sigh of exhaustion has been heard in the highest courts of heaven. We are moving into a space of deep validation where I will show you exactly how much I have seen and how much I truly care. Prepare yourself, for the veil is being lifted and the truth of your value is about to be revealed in a way that will make your spirit soar. My precious child, I have been watching you in the stillness of those hours when the world falls silent and the weight of your own thoughts becomes too heavy to bear. I have seen you when you turned your face to the wall, letting the salt of your sorrow soak into the fabric of your pillow, hidden from the eyes of those who depend on your strength. You have mastered the art of the brave smile, the steady voice, and the reassuring hand. Yet inside you have felt like a glass vessel on the verge of shattering. I want you to know with a certainty that transcends your understanding that not a single drop of those silent tears has escaped my notice. I was there in the kitchen at 3 a.m. when you sat in the dark wondering how much longer you could carry the burdens of everyone around you. I was there when you felt the sting of being overlooked after giving your last ounce of energy to help someone else succeed. You are not invisible to me. I see the depth of your sacrifice, and I see the beauty of your resilience even when you feel completely hollow. You have often asked me in the quiet of your heart why you must be the one who always gives, the one who always understands, and the one who always forgives while others seem to take without a second thought. You have felt the isolation of being the strong one, the one everyone leans on, yet the one who has no shoulder to cry on when your own knees begin to buckle. This is the mark of the chosen one, my beloved. I have placed a capacity within you that others do not possess, but I know that this capacity has come at a great cost to your spirit. You have felt like you were breaking, but I tell you today that you were not breaking, you were becoming. Every moment of loneliness, every instance of being misunderstood, and every silent cry for help was a stitch in the garment of your destiny. I have been weaving a tapestry of character within you that can only be forged in the fire of hidden trials. You are being built for a weight of glory that would crush a lesser soul. And though the process is painful, the outcome is magnificent. Do not allow the enemy to whisper lies that your suffering is a sign of my absence or my displeasure. In fact, it is quite the opposite. I have kept you in this hidden season to protect you from the premature exposure that would have destroyed the very seeds of greatness I planted in you. You are like a seed in the dark earth. It feels like burial, it feels like the end, but it is actually the beginning of life. If you had received the blessing you asked for a year ago, you would not have had the maturity to handle the pressure that comes with it. I am getting you prepared to handle the weight of a blessing so massive that it will not only change your life, but the lives of generations to come. This requires a greater character, a deeper roots, and a soul that has been anchored in the depths of my love through the storms. Your endurance is not in vain. It is your entrance exam for the much that I am about to entrust to you. I see how tired you are of waiting, of hoping, and of being disappointed. But remember, the transition from the hidden season to the season of manifestation is often the most intense. You are at the threshold of a breakthrough that will make sense of every tear you have ever shed. I am redeeming every moment of pain you have endured. Imagine your life as a container. I have had to empty out the negative, the bitterness, the shame, the worry, to make room for the joy, the peace, and the abundance that is currently on its way to you. If you believe that I am working behind the scenes even now, if you believe that your tears are being turned into the rain that will grow your harvest, do not stay silent. Type, "I trust your process" in the comments right now to align your spirit with my timing. Your words are seeds, and by speaking your trust, you are making room for the miracle to take root. My dear child, I do not only look at your spirit, I see the temple I created to house it, your body, which has been carrying the unspoken weight of your soul for far too long. I see the tension that has made its home in your shoulders, a physical manifestation of the responsibilities you were never meant to carry alone. I see the way you clench your jaw in your sleep, fighting battles even in your dreams, and the way your chest feels tight as if the very air around you has become heavy with the pressure of your circumstances. I have seen you rub your temples in the middle of a busy day, trying to push back the fog of exhaustion that no amount of coffee or rest seems to clear. Your body is speaking a language of weariness, and I am here to tell you that I have heard every silent cry for relief that your muscles and bones have made. You have been in survival mode for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to truly breathe, to let your guard down, and to feel the lightness of being fully supported. I saw you waking up this morning with a heaviness in your limbs, as if you had spent the night running a race instead of resting. I saw you looking in the mirror, noticing the shadows under your eyes and the way your spirit seems to have dimmed behind your gaze. You have been pushing yourself beyond your limits, telling yourself that you must keep going, that you cannot afford to break down, and that if you stop for even a moment, everything will fall apart. But I am the one who sustains the universe, and I am telling you now, you can let go. You are not meant to be the pillar that holds up the world. That is my role. I see the physical toll that stress and anxiety have taken on you. The digestive pains, the sudden racing of your heart, the tremors in your hands when the worry becomes too much. These are not signs of weakness, my precious one. They are signs that you have been strong for too long, carrying things that were only ever meant for my shoulders. I want you to place your hand over your heart right now and feel its rhythm. That steady beat is my promise to you that I am still here, still providing, still sustaining your life. As you feel that pulse, realize that I am already beginning a work of physical restoration within you. I am the great physician, and I am touching those areas of chronic pain and inflammation that have plagued you. I am smoothing out the knots of tension in your neck and releasing the grip of anxiety that has made your breathing shallow. This is not just a spiritual shift, it is a physical realignment. I am pouring my healing oil over your nerves and calming the storms in your mind so that your body can finally find the sanctuary it deserves. You are being renewed from the inside out, and the vitality you thought was gone forever is being replenished by my very hand. Before we go deeper into the secrets of the battles I have won for you, I invite you to join this sanctuary of peace. If you can feel my healing touch beginning to move through your body, press the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is your way of telling the world and the heavens that you are choosing health over stress and peace over panic. By joining this family of the chosen, you are ensuring that my voice of comfort remains a constant presence in your life, guiding you toward the rest that I have promised. Do not let the noise of the world drown out this healing frequency. Stay connected, for your journey toward total wholeness has only just begun. I am washing away the exhaustion of the past season and preparing your physical frame to carry the immense blessings of the next. I saw the moment the door closed, and I saw the look of utter disbelief on your face when the one you trusted most walked away. I was there in the echoing silence of that room when you realized that the loyalty you had given so freely was not returned. I know the sting of betrayal, my child. It is a sharp, cold blade that cuts deeper than any physical wound. You shared your secrets, you shared your table, and you shared your heart, only to have it discarded as if it meant nothing. I saw the messages that went unanswered and the coldness that replaced the warmth you once knew. You asked me, Lord, why would you let them hurt me after everything I did for them? But I want you to know that I am the one who witnessed every sacrifice you made, every time you bit your tongue to keep the peace, and every time you put their needs above your own. Their exit was not a reflection of your worth, but a sign that their role in your story had reached its final page. You have spent countless nights replaying the conversations, searching for what you did wrong or how you could have been better. But listen to my voice. Stop searching for flaws in yourself to justify their betrayal. Some people are only meant to walk with you for a season, and when that season is over, I allow the separation to happen to protect your destiny. If they had stayed, they would have eventually poisoned the harvest I am preparing for you. I allowed the mask to fall so you could see the truth before I took you to the next level. I am clearing the space around you to make room for those who will truly value the light within you. You don't fall apart. You fall into purpose. You don't get lost. You get aligned. This pain you feel is the friction of me removing the anchors that were holding you back from the ocean of blessings I have set before you. I want you to take a deep breath and place your hand over your heart right now. Feel that rhythm that is not just a muscle pumping blood. That is the sound of my faithfulness beating within you. Even when human hearts fail you, my heart remains constant. Even when they turn their backs, my arms are wide open. I am the friend who sticks closer than a brother, the father who never abandons his children. That heartbeat is the proof that you are still here, that you survived the betrayal, and that you have a future that is not defined by the people who left you. Hold your hand there for a moment and let my peace flow into those cracks in your soul. I am mending what was broken, and I am filling those empty spaces with a confidence that does not depend on the approval of others. You are enough simply because I say you are. Now is the time to let the bitterness go. If you hold on to the grudge, you are giving those who hurt you a permanent residence in your spirit, and I have much better things to occupy that space. I say you are forgiven, so do not agree with the guilt they tried to place on you. I say you are loved, so do not agree with the rejection they handed you. As you release them, you are releasing yourself into a new level of freedom. If you are ready to let the past stay in the past and walk into the new relationships I have prepared for you, relationships built on honor and truth, then do not stay silent. Type "I release" and "I receive" in the comments. By doing this, you are sealing the door to the past and opening the window to your future. Trust me, what I have for you is so much greater than what you have lost. My beloved warrior, I need you to understand that the exhaustion you feel is not merely from the physical world. You have been wondering why everything feels like an uphill battle, why simple tasks feel like mountain climbs, and why you feel a heavy cloud of opposition even when things should be going well. Hear me clearly, your struggle is not against flesh and blood. It is not just about the difficult boss, the mounting bills, or the family members who don't understand you. There is an invisible warfare happening in the realms you cannot see, a spiritual friction that occurs because you carry a light that the darkness cannot comprehend. You are not losing your mind, and you are not failing at life. You are being targeted because you are a threat to the shadows. The enemy does not attack those who are going in the same direction as he is. He attacks those who are marching toward the destiny I have carved out for them. You have often felt a profound sense of loneliness lately, a feeling as though you have been placed in a glass box where you can see the world, but the world cannot truly reach you. I want you to reframe this isolation. It is not a punishment, nor is it a sign of abandonment. It is a divine isolation. I have intentionally pulled you back from the noise and the crowd to protect you during this critical stage of your development. Just as a mother eagle hides her young in the highest cleft of the rock, I have hidden you from the eyes of those who would drain your energy and the spirits that would attempt to abort your purpose before it is birthed. In this quiet, empty space, I am recalibrating your spirit. I am training your ears to hear my whisper over the roar of the world's demands. This isolation is a strategic move, a sacred quarantine where I am making you fireproof for the season ahead. The darkness attacks you so fiercely because it can see the aura of my favor surrounding you, even when you cannot see it yourself. Every time you chose integrity when it was easier to lie, every time you offered kindness to someone who was cruel, and every time you whispered a prayer through your tears, you sent a shockwave through the spiritual realm. Your light is blinding to the forces that seek to keep this world in despair. They want to wear you down until you give up your hope. But I am here to tell you that the commander of the heavenly hosts is standing guard over your soul. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a soldier in a cosmic shift. The very pressure that feels like it is crushing you is actually the weight of the glory that is being formed within you. I am using the enemy's own tactics to strengthen your resolve and to prove to you that no weapon formed against you shall ever truly prosper. Do not be afraid of the shadows that loom large at night. They are nothing but smoke in the presence of my flame. While you were sleeping, I was commissioning my angels to stand at the four corners of your home. While you were weeping, I was dismantling the traps that had been set for your feet. The battle you are in is real, but the victory has already been written in the archives of eternity. You are learning to fight not for victory, but from a position of victory. Yield to my spirit now. Let go of the need to understand every move of the adversary and simply rest in the knowledge that I am your shield and your great reward. This season of warfare is coming to an end, and you will emerge not just as a survivor, but as a seasoned conqueror, decorated with the wisdom and power that can only be gained in the heat of the battle. You have asked me why me in the middle of your darkest nights, whispering the question into the silence of your room. While the rest of the world slept, you have looked at others who seem to glide through life with ease, whose paths are paved with comfort and whose laughter comes without effort, and you wondered if you were somehow forgotten or worse, cursed. But hear me now with the clarity of a trumpet call. I do not give big assignments to small people. You were not chosen for this furnace because you were weak. You were chosen because I saw a strength in you that you have yet to fully realize. I saw a fiber in your soul that would not snap under the pressure of rejection. I saw a heart that would remain stubbornly kind even when the world offered it nothing but bitterness and coldness. You are being trained, not punished. Every struggle you have faced, every mountain that seemed too high to climb, was a deliberate weight added to your spiritual training. It was designed to build the muscle of faith necessary to carry the weight of the blessing that is already on its way to your door. A king is not made in a palace surrounded by silk and servants. A king is forged in the wilderness, learning to survive when there is no water to lead, when there is no path, and to trust my voice when all other sounds have faded. You are currently in your wilderness, but do not mistake the dry sand for a graveyard. It is your training ground. I have allowed the comfort to be stripped away, so that you would learn that I am your only true source. I have allowed the people you leaned on to fall away, so that you would realize that my arms are the only ones that never grow weary. You are a chosen one, and that title carries a heavy price, but it also carries an eternal reward. The enemy attacks you so relentlessly because he is terrified of what happens when you finally realize who you are in me. He sees the crown hovering over your head, and he is trying to make you bow your head in shame so you never look up to see it. Think of the diamond, my precious one. It is nothing more than common carbon that has endured unbearable heat and crushing, suffocating pressure for a long duration. Without that pressure, it remains dust scattered by the wind. With it, it becomes the hardest and most radiant substance in existence, capable of cutting through any obstacle. You are in the middle of your divine refinement. I am pressing out the impurities of self-doubt, the residue of past failures, and the fear of what others think. I am burning away the attachments to people and habits that were only destined to walk a mile with you when I have called you to walk 1,000. This battle was hand-picked for you because I knew you would not fold. I knew that even when you felt like giving up, there was a spark of my own divinity, a flicker of my holy fire within you that would keep your heart beating and your feet moving toward the light. Do not be dismayed by the magnitude of the shadows or the height of the walls that seem to surround you. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yea, I will help you. Yea, I will uphold you with the right hand of my righteousness. When you feel like you are sinking into the deep, remember that it is my hand that holds the foundations of the earth, and that same hand is reaching down right now to pull you into a high place. You are not fighting this battle with your own limited strength or your own fragile wisdom. You are fighting with the full backup of the heavenly legions. I have placed my words in your mouth and my shield over your head. The reason this battle is so intense is because the breakthrough on the other side is equally immense. You are being prepared to lead others out of the same fire you are currently walking through. Your scars will not be marks of shame. They will be your credentials, the undeniable proof that I am a God who restores, redeems, and rewards those who endure. I want you to take a moment and realize the magnitude of your calling. You are not just a survivor. You are a bridge for others who are still lost in the dark. You are a light in a desolate place, a living testimony of my enduring grace. If you can feel the shift happening in your spirit right now, if you can feel the courage rising up in your bones like a sleeping giant waking up, do not keep it to yourself. This is the moment to affirm your position as a chosen warrior in my kingdom. Type "I am chosen" or 777 in the comments to signal your acceptance of this divine mission. By doing so, you are letting the spiritual realm know that you no longer see yourself as a victim of your circumstances, but as a victor by my deliberate design. I am proud of you, my child. I see your persistence. I see the times you stayed true when it would have been easier to quit, and I am already preparing the feast that will celebrate your victory. The wait is almost over, and the reason for every battle you fought alone is about to become gloriously, beautifully clear. My child, if I were to open your eyes for just 1 minute to the spiritual realm, you would be overwhelmed by the intensity of the protection I have placed around you. You walk through your day unaware of the bullets you have dodged, the traps that were set for your feet but never sprung, and the many times the enemy thought he had you cornered only for my hand to whisk you away. You remember that day you were running late, frustrated by every red light and every delay that seemed to be conspiring against you. You didn't know that 3 miles down the road a catastrophe was waiting. I was not being slow. I was being your shield. I was frustrating your schedule to save your life. I have stood between you and the predator, between you and the sickness that was whispered in the dark, and between you and the financial ruin that was planned by those who sought to exploit your kindness. You are not lucky. You are loved beyond measure by the one who never slumbers nor sleeps. I have closed doors in your face that you cried over, begging me to open them. I saw you pounding your fists against those wooden barriers, wondering why I was being so silent, why I was being so cruel to deny you what you thought was your greatest desire. But what you didn't see was the fire on the other side of that door. I heard the conversations in the rooms you weren't allowed to enter. I heard the betrayal being plotted by the people you thought were your allies. I saw the hollow core of the opportunities that looked so golden from the outside. I blocked those paths because I love you too much to let you be consumed by a false blessing. My silence was not abandonment. It was a divine shielding. I was making sure that when you finally walked through a door, it would lead to a palace, not a prison. Every no you received from the world was a resounding yes from my heart to your future. If you can look back now and see the invisible hand of my protection, if you realize that I have been your silent guardian through every valley you've traversed, do not let this moment pass without acknowledging my power. This is the moment to anchor your faith. If you believe I am your shield and your defender, if you believe I have fought battles for you that you never even had to see, then press the like button right now and subscribe to this channel. This is your sign of agreement with heaven. By joining this community of believers, you are putting a seal on your spiritual protection, and ensuring that you stay aligned with the messages I am sending to guide you. Do not stay silent while the King of Glory is defending your name. Subscribe and join the family of the chosen, for we are moving into a season where my power will be revealed in your life more clearly than ever before. I have even protected you from yourself, from the moments when your own despair would have led you to make a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling. When you felt like giving up, when you thought the world would be better off without you, I was the one who whispered just one more day into your spirit. I was the warmth that kept you from freezing in the coldness of your own thoughts. I have been fighting your secret battles, the ones you didn't even have the energy to pray about. I have rebuked the devourer on your behalf, and I have commanded the wind to cease when the storm became too much for your fragile boat. You are standing here today because I willed it so. Every breath you take is a victory I won for you. Rest in the knowledge that your defender is undefeated, and he is currently preparing a table for you in the very presence of your enemies. I want you to take a moment and think of one thing that could have gone wrong but didn't. Think of that close call, that sudden change of heart, or that coincidence that saved you. That was me. If you recognize my hand in your life, declare it boldly. Type "God is my defender" or "Thank you" for the hidden victories in the comments below. Let your words be a testimony that shakes the foundations of the darkness. When you speak my praise, you invite more of my presence into your home. Your gratitude is a frequency that attracts miracles. Seal this truth in your heart: you have never been alone, and you have never been undefended. The secret victories I have won for you are just the beginning of the manifest glory that is about to break forth in your life. My beloved, the clock of heaven is striking a new hour for you, and the atmosphere around your life is beginning to vibrate with the frequency of change. I have heard your prayers about the stagnation, the feeling that you are running in place while the world moves on without you. But listen to my voice: the season of not yet is being replaced by the season of suddenly. In the next 24 hours, I am releasing a wave of my spirit that will begin to unsettle the things that have been stuck. You may not see a mountain move in its entirety by sunset, but you will feel the ground tremble beneath it. A sense of peace that surpasses all human logic will settle upon you, a divine stillness that tells your soul the battle is finally turning in your favor. This is not a coincidence. It is a calculated sovereign shift designed to bring you into alignment with the destiny I spoke over you before you were ever born. I am moving in the hearts of people you haven't spoken to in years. I am rearranging the thoughts of those who hold the keys to the doors you've been knocking on. While you were resting in your weariness, I was busy behind the scenes untying the knots that the enemy used to bind your progress. Within the next cycle of the sun, watch for the small signs: a sudden phone call, an unexpected email, or a whisper of clarity in your mind that solves a problem you've been wrestling with for months. I am shaking the foundations of the obstacles that seemed permanent. What was once a wall is becoming a doorway. You have been in the waiting room long enough, and I am calling your name to step into the light of the new things I am doing. Do not look back at the shadows of yesterday, for they have no power over the dawn that is breaking right now. This shift is not just about your external circumstances. It is a profound internal transformation. I am removing the spirit of heaviness and replacing it with the garment of praise. I am clearing the mental fog that has kept you from seeing the path I have laid out for you. You will find yourself breathing easier, speaking with more authority, and walking with a confidence that does not come from your own strength, but from my indwelling presence. The enemy wanted you to believe that this desert was your final destination, but I am showing you today that it was merely a passage. The oasis is in sight, and the shift is so immediate that your spirit will feel the weight lifting before your eyes even see the change. Trust the nudge in your heart. It is my hand leading you toward the breakthrough you've been crying out for. As this shift begins to manifest in your life, I want to see your faith rise up to meet it. If you can feel the air changing, if you can feel the chains loosening even as I speak, these words, do not keep this realization to yourself. This is a moment of sacred transition. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now as an act of spiritual agreement. By doing this, you are telling the universe and the powers of darkness that you are no longer a resident of the valley, but a citizen of the mountaintop. You are planting your flag in the soil of my promises and declaring that you belong to the family of the redeemed. Your subscription is a commitment to keep your ears tuned to my frequency so that you do not miss the specific instructions I am about to give you for your new season. The momentum is building, and I do not want you to miss the peak of this wave. I am bringing a trueness to your life that will expose every lie the enemy ever told you about your worth. If you truly believe that my power is moving right now to shift your situation, if you believe that the doors are shaking and the path is being cleared, then let your voice be heard in the courts of heaven. Type "I believe" in the comments below. Let those 2 words be your battle cry. When you type them, you are locking in the shift and refusing to let doubt steal your miracle. I am the God of the immediate, the God of the breakthrough. And I am telling you today, the shift has begun. Watch and see what I will do. My child, I have seen you staring at the numbers that do not add up, and I have felt the cold chill of anxiety that grips your heart whenever you think about your future. I have seen the way you quietly calculate your survival every night before you close your eyes, and I have heard the heavy sighs you exhale when you look at the bills piling up on your table. You have felt as though you were trapped in a cycle of lack, as if every time you took 1 step forward, the world pushed you 2 steps back. But hear me clearly today. I am the Lord of the harvest, the one who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills and the gold in every mine. I am stepping into your financial story right now to break the chains of poverty and the spirit of just enough. I say you are well supplied. Do not agree with the lack any longer. Your bank account is a temporary fact, but my provision is an eternal truth. I am shifting you from the desert of scarcity into the lush valley of my abundance. I know the years that feel like they were wasted, the investments that crumbled, the jobs where you were undervalued, and the moments when you had to give your last bit of resources to help someone else while you yourself were drowning. My word remains true. I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. Every seed of generosity you sowed in your season of struggle has been noted in the ledgers of heaven. Not 1 act of kindness went unnoticed, and not 1 sacrifice was in vain. I am now activating the harvest of those seeds. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing so immense that you will not have room enough to contain it. This is not just about paying your debts. It is about restoring your dignity and giving you the means to be the light I called you to be. The seasons of lack were your training ground, teaching you to trust in me rather than in the systems of man. Now that you have passed the test of faithfulness in the little, I am preparing you for the much. As I begin to move the mountains of debt and lack out of your way, I ask you to join me in an act of spiritual agreement. Real blessings are heavy, and they require a soul that is anchored in the community of faith. If you believe that I am your provider and that your days of financial wandering are coming to an end, do not stay silent. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. This is more than a click. It is a signal to the spiritual realm that you are aligning your life with the flow of my abundance. By joining this family of the chosen, you are placing yourself under an open heaven where the spirit of lack has no authority. When you subscribe, you are declaring that you trust my timing and my ways above all else. Do not let the enemy rob you of this connection. Stay rooted in this place of peace and provision, for I am about to do something in your finances that will leave you in awe of my goodness. I am already moving in your workplace, in your business, and in the hearts of those who have the power to open doors for you. Expect the sudden lies. Expect an unexpected phone call that brings a new opportunity. A debt that is suddenly canceled or forgiven, or a creative idea that flows into your mind like a river, opening up a stream of income you never thought possible. You have been looking at the dry ground, but I am telling you to look at the clouds, for the sound of abundance is rising. I am not just bringing you out of the fire, I am making you fireproof so that you can handle the wealth of the kingdom with wisdom and grace. Stop stressing and start living your best life, for I am here, I am alive, and I am your great provider. Your cup is not just going to be filled, it is going to run over, and you will become a reservoir of blessing for everyone you touch. Trust me, for the shift is happening even as you hear these words. I have watched you navigate the minefields of human hearts, my beloved. I have seen the bridges that burned while you were still standing on them, and the silence that grew like a wall between you and those you once held dear. You have felt the sting of cold shoulders and the poison of whispered rumors. I know how it feels to be misunderstood by your own kin, to feel like a stranger in your own home. But listen to my voice. The storm in your relationships was allowed so that I could reveal who was truly for you and who was merely for themselves. I am the God of order, and I am bringing a divine alignment to your circle. The era of being drained by the wrong people is ending, and the era of being fueled by the right ones is beginning. I am touching the hearts of those you thought were lost to you forever, and I am breaking the pride that has kept you apart. For too long you have been a reservoir for everyone else's drama, carrying the weight of their shadows, while they neglected your light. I have moved my hand to separate you from those who were stunted in their growth, for they were beginning to pull you back into the soil of their bitterness. Do not mourn the exit of those who could not handle your evolution. Their departure was my protection. Now I am bringing a restoration of peace. Those who truly belong in your destiny will return with hearts that have been softened and eyes that finally see your worth. They will come back with a spirit of humility, seeking to build rather than to break. I am healing the fractures in your family, mending the rifts between parents and children, and bringing back the friends who are like brothers. I am clearing the atmosphere of your home, replacing the spirit of contention with the spirit of comfort. If you can feel the healing oil of my peace flowing into the cracks of your heart right now, do not remain silent. This is a moment of deep emotional deliverance. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel as a sign that you are making room for healthy, life-giving connections. By joining this family of faith, you are signaling to the heavens that you are ready to receive the tribe I have handpicked for you. Subscribe now to stay connected to this frequency of love, and let my words be the glue that mends your broken bonds. I am removing the toxic and the draining, and I am introducing the loyal and the loving. If you believe your relationships are being restored even as you listen, type "Peace in my home" in the comments below. Your declaration is the invitation for my spirit to move through the rooms of your house and the corridors of your history, making all things new. True restoration begins within you. My child, I am teaching you to set boundaries with love and to speak your truth without fear. You will no longer be a doormat for the convenience of others. You will be a pillar of strength and grace. I am giving you a spirit of discernment so sharp that you will sense a wolf in sheep's clothing from miles away, and you will recognize the heart of gold instantly. Your home will once again be a sanctuary of laughter and rest. The arguments will cease, the tension will dissolve, and the atmosphere of your life will be one of unconditional love. Trust me, for I am the one who turns hearts like rivers of water, and I am turning them back toward you with a renewed sense of honor and respect. What the enemy tried to divide, I am uniting with a triple-braided cord that cannot be broken. Your best days of connection, friendship, and family are not behind you. They are standing right in front of you. My beloved, look closely at the reflection in the mirror, for the person staring back at you is undergoing a transformation that even the world will soon be unable to ignore. For so long you have carried the weary gaze of a survivor, someone who has weathered the hurricane, someone who has walked through the fire and smells of smoke. You have worn your exhaustion like a heavy cloak, and your eyes have reflected the shadows of the battles you fought in secret. But I am here to tell you that the survivor season has officially ended and the overcomer season has begun. I am washing away the sallow tint of stress from your skin and replacing the dimness in your eyes with a spark of my divine fire. You will notice a lightness in your step that you haven't felt in years, as if the very gravity of your past has lost its pull. This is the mark of the new season I am branding upon your life, a radiance that does not come from the world but from the deep well of peace I have dug within your soul. I am painting a new expression on your face, smoothing out the lines of worry that were etched there by nights of uncertainty. People will begin to stop you in the street asking what has changed about you, unable to put their finger on the shift, but sensing the glow of my favor that now surrounds you like a shield. Your smile, which used to be a mask you forced on for the sake of others, is becoming a natural overflow of the joy I am pouring into your heart. You are no longer just getting by. You are beginning to thrive. The mark of the new season is an aura of authority and calm that tells every storm it no longer has permission to disturb your peace. You have been refined in the hidden places, and now I am bringing you out into the open, polished and prepared to reflect my glory to a world that is desperate for hope. Before we unveil the specific mission I have for you in this new era, I want you to anchor this physical and spiritual transformation. If you can feel the warmth of my presence changing your very countenance, if you can feel the old heaviness falling away like a garment that no longer fits, do not keep this miracle to yourself. This is the moment to signal your agreement with the work I am doing. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. By doing so, you are joining a global family of overcomers who are walking into their light. Your subscription is a commitment to the new version of yourself, the version that is healthy, vibrant, and fully alive in me. Do not let the enemy pull you back into the survivor mentality. Stay connected to this source of daily renewal, for the mark I have placed on you is permanent, and your best days are no longer a dream. They are your new reality. You will find that your words now carry a weight they never had before. When you speak, people will listen, for they will hear the resonance of a soul that has been tested and found true. Your laughter will have a new ring to it, the sound of freedom. I am giving you a divine makeover that starts in the depths of your spirit and radiates outward until even your physical frame feels younger and stronger. You are the evidence of my goodness, a living testimony that I can take the broken pieces of a life and create something more beautiful than the original. Walk boldly into this day, my precious one, for you are marked by my grace, favored by my hand, and destined for a greatness that the world is finally ready to see. The shadows have fled and the dawn is here to stay. My beloved, have you ever wondered why you had to walk through the deepest valleys? Why the fire was so hot, and why the silence of the night felt so heavy? You often felt like a student in a school of suffering that had no graduation date. But I am here to pull back the curtain and show you the grand design. Those trials were not meant to destroy you, they were your curriculum. Every tear you shed became the ink for the manual you will use to guide others. You are no longer just a follower. I am commissioning you as a beacon of hope. I did not bring you through the storm just so you could enjoy the sun. I brought you through so you could show others the way to the harbor. Your divine mission is being unveiled today. You are to be a healer of the brokenhearted and a navigator for those lost in the same darkness you once inhabited. Your scars are not blemishes, my precious one. They are your credentials. When you speak to the weary, they will listen because they will see the evidence of my restoration in your eyes. I am giving you a voice that carries the frequency of heaven, a voice that can calm the anxieties of the fearful and ignite the faith of the discouraged. You will find yourself in rooms you didn't ask to enter, speaking to people you never thought would listen. This is not because of your own eloquence, but because of the depth of your endurance. You have been trained in the secret place in the hidden battles, and now I am sending you out as an ambassador of my light. Your life is becoming a living testimony that I am a God who uses the most unlikely vessels to carry the most magnificent messages. As you step into this sacred calling, remember that you are never walking alone. I am the wind in your sails and the fire in your spirit. If you feel the weight of this mission and the honor of being chosen to lead others out of the shadows, do not stay silent. This is a pivotal moment in your spiritual journey. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. By joining this family of the chosen, you are accepting your role in this global movement of light. This is your sign of agreement that you are ready to stop being a victim of your past and start being a victor for the future of others. Subscribe to ensure you never lose touch with the instructions I will continue to give you as you walk this path of purpose. We are building a fortress together, and your voice is a vital stone in its walls. I am placing a new mantle of authority upon you. Where you once felt overlooked, you will now be sought out for your wisdom. Where you once felt weak, you will now be a source of strength for the falling. Do not be afraid of the magnitude of the task, for I do not call the qualified, I qualify the called. I am giving you the words to say and the love to give. Your mission is to show the world that there is no pit so deep that my love is not deeper still. You are my hands and my feet in a world that is crying out for a touch of the divine. Walk forward with your head held high, for the King of Glory is your backing, and your destiny is to light up the darkness until it becomes as bright as the noonday sun. My beloved child, we have reached the threshold of a new beginning. As you stand here at the culmination of this message, I want you to feel the absolute weight of my presence surrounding you like an unbreakable fortress. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I am the one who stands in your future, looking back at your present, telling you that every single word I have whispered to you today is already a settled fact in the courts of heaven. This is not a temporary emotional lift. This is an eternal covenant I am making with your soul. I have signed your name in the palm of my hand, and I have placed my seal upon your life. The storms may howl and the earth may shake, but my covenant of peace will never be removed from you. What I have started in you, I will bring to a glorious completion. You are not a project that I will abandon halfway through. You are my masterpiece, and I am committed to your total restoration. I want you to understand that the enemy has no legal right to the blessings I am releasing to you today. I have canceled the debts of your past and silenced the accuser who tried to keep you in a state of perpetual guilt. You are walking under an open heaven, and the favor that is falling on you is not based on your performance but on my promise. I have gone before you to level the mountains and make the crooked path straight. I am standing in your tomorrow, and I am telling you that it is beautiful. There is no lack there. There is no loneliness there. There is no betrayal there. There is only the radiant light of my goodness and the abundance of my grace. You can breathe now, my child. You can let the tension go. The battle you thought would destroy you was actually the very thing that birthed the champion within you. Now, as we seal this divine prophecy into your life, I ask you to perform one final act of faith. This is the moment to lock this blessing into your reality so that it cannot be stolen or delayed by the shadows. If you believe that you are under my protection, and if you accept this new season of abundance and peace, do not stay silent. Seal this covenant now and forever. Type "I am protected" or 777 in the comments right now to activate the spiritual energy of this message in your physical life. By doing this, you are putting a permanent stamp on this miracle, declaring to all of creation that you belong to the King and that your destiny is secure. Let the world see your boldness, for your faith is the key that turns the lock of the supernatural. As we conclude this sacred conversation, I invite you one last time to fully join this family of the chosen. Press the like button and ensure you are subscribed to this channel with the notification bell turned on. By doing this, you are not just following a channel, you are ensuring that my voice remains a constant lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. We are a community of light, and together we are unstoppable. Do not walk back into the noise of the world alone. Stay connected to this sanctuary where my truth is spoken and my presence is felt. Share this message with 3 people who are currently in their own fire. Be the vessel through which I reach them, and watch how I reward your generosity by opening even greater doors for you. My child, I am so proud of the way you have endured. I see the strength in your spirit, and I see the love in your heart. Go forth today with the confidence of a conqueror. Do not fear the news, do not fear the numbers, and do not fear the people. Fear nothing, for I am with you always, even unto the end of the age. Your life is no longer a story of struggle. It is a story of my glory. This is the end of this message, but it is only the first page of your greatest chapter. Walk in peace, walk in power, and walk in the absolute certainty that everything is working for your good. But before you go, stay vigilant. There is one final revelation I must share with you, a secret about the enemy you just defeated, and a strategy he will try to use to lure you back into the shadows. I will reveal this to you the next time my voice finds its way to your heart. Until then, remember, I have already won. It is done. Amen.